Hi guys, it's Jess. Welcome back to my channel, and tonight I thought we would do a fun, uplifting reading on who is your next romantic partner. So I do have 3 piles here, pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So if you need a moment to choose, go ahead and pause the video here. I'm gonna hold these up to the camera because I'm hearing that it helps. So that's pile number 1. Pile number 2. Pile number 3. And if you need another second, go ahead and pause now. Otherwise, I'm going to start with pile number 1. All right, pile number 1. Let's see who your next romantic partner is. All right. Pile number 1. Who is your next romantic partner? So right off the bat, I'm kind of getting boss energy for this person. This is a person that has a sort of magnetism to them, and I do think that they have some sort of success in their business. And as a leader, this is a person who, I know I don't have this card. Oh, no, I do. I was going to say, I'm having a King of Cups type of energy almost from your person, where I do think that your person with this water energy here, first of all, I'm getting that they're really good at networking, and you might actually meet this person at a networking event. But I'm also getting that this person is very emotionally intelligent. They're very good at forming relationships. And I do get a very masculine energy for this pile. So either this person is male or has a very strong masculine energy to them. And so I don't necessarily think that they lead with this empathetic kind of an energy. But they have an alpha energy to them in the truest sense, right? And if you guys know there was that book that came out about alphas a couple years ago, and everybody was talking about it. And one of the things that I found really interesting was that alphas have the highest cortisol levels in the group, like even more than like new mothers or like female energies that were feeling very empathetic and protective over, tiny little vulnerable things. And that always really stuck with me as a sign of a leader, and your person definitely has that quality. I also think that there, like I said with this sun card here, there's a type of magnetism to your person that they deal with in a really good way. Your person has really good vibes, but it's like vibes that like there's a very stable energy, and it's like when you enter this person's sphere, you just feel kind of protected and looked after, and like everything's under control, and they're going to take care of everything, and there's nothing weird going on. And this is a person, I've said before, and this is a weird thing to say, that I don't like to be in alpha-less spaces, because you might have like, every group has like a leader, but an alpha really tends to like the emotional fabric of everything. And that's the vibe that I'm getting for your person. There's a very strong sense of success here. We have the Capricorn card. I am really getting a strong, maybe Uttara Ashada kind of a vibe. The undefeated one, right? Like the sun, and like in its final expression is known as the undefeatable one. And that's just the energy that I'm getting from your person, is this is a person who's been through a lot of things, who in a lot of ways is very self-made, self-built, and they have really put in the work. This is a person who has a very clear vision. They kind of see through people's nonsense, but it's like they see it, but it's also very intuitive. Your person has a strong intuitive sense. With the sun card here, this is kind of my K2 card, like the K2 ruled Nakshatras. And also with the water card here, it's making me think like your person might be a healer. They definitely like healer energy with you. Like that you are I'm getting that you are a really strong presence, but a loving presence as well. So you guys kind of share that in common. Although you wear it a bit differently, you're definitely a more feminine energy to this person's masculine energy. Yeah, this person seems to just attract, what's the word? It's not friends, it's like supporters everywhere they go. I do think this person has a deep relationship with their mother. Like they have a very like a very loving spot for their mother, and I do believe that their mother's very spiritual and very religious as well, and that has contributed to this person's inner strength and kind of, yeah, like that inner fortitude that has really been able to propel them through life, because this person is successful, but they're successful in a really good way. I feel like your person likes to travel, and whenever they travel, it has kind of a spiritual bent to it. Like your person might literally have gone on a pilgrimage. For instance, like if your person is Muslim, or they might have gone to Mecca to do like the whole pilgrimage, or maybe they have walked, if your person's Christian, maybe they went to Spain and they walked El Camino de Santiago, something like that, where your person feels like they've almost gone on some kind of a pilgrimage. Like your person feels like a sage that exists in the modern world. Like that's a big part of what it is that they do, and they lead with a sense of strength and a sense of grace, and they kind of model that as an example. Definitely like leader energy here. Yeah, this is a person who's very, like, they listen and they reflect and they respond rather than react, right? So here, what's interesting is that you had an extra shadow card come out, because I pulled 2 for the light attributes, and my intention was to pull 2 for the shadow, but then 3 came out. So don't let that freak you out. I'm getting really good energy here. So for their light attributes, we have Saboteur and Fool. So the Saboteur highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. And with the Fool, it is fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. Yeah, your person has a very humble sort of an energy. And I do feel like with this highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. Like your person is such an uplifting person. This is a person who like uplifts the downtrodden. They're looking for any excuse to exalt the people around them. And they might even be like a counselor or a healer, but I get the sense that they work very much in the business world. Like they can definitely hold their own there. And yeah, like this is a person who their definition of success includes the success and well-being of the people around them. And then I was saying all that stuff about emotion, right? Like for those of you who are new to my channel, I get kind of overwhelmed with all of it. So I go card by card for what I'm getting. And I was saying the thing about emotions, and with the Fool, like fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. Like your person is a deep feeling person, but they wear it really well and they demonstrate that. I feel like especially whether or not your person is male or female, they're radiating this masculine energy. Like even if this is a female, right? Like they could have a strong Sun and Saturn in their chart. Hey, shout out, I have strong Sun and Saturn in mine, and I'm a lady and I'm out here doing it and it's fine. And that could be how that resonates in your person, where it's like they hold this masculine energy really well, but it's like there's a strength in being able to empathize with other people, and like your person creates a space. I feel like men kind of have to do that for each other, because like, right, like masculine culture doesn't really allow for emotion unless the alpha sets the precedent, you know, and that's what your person's doing. I also feel like your person's like really talented at making people feel comfortable. Like after they've shown emotion or something, like they're really good at making people feel comfortable without being dismissive of that emotion. And you'll probably feel that around them too. You are a very emotionally intelligent person, and I just feel like it wouldn't work with someone with you. Like it just wouldn't work with someone who's not emotional, like who's not in tune, or like at least somewhat emotionally like smart. So, okay, for the shadow attributes, we have Victim, Prince, and Virgin. So first of all, V, I don't usually do things like that with numbers and letters, but like the V is really sticking out. So maybe V, like Victor or something like that. So the shadow attribute for victim is playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, inability to maintain personal boundaries. Interesting. Prince, using power for self-aggrandizement. And Virgin is fear of intimate union. Well, isn't this funny? Because we have a lot of energies that would seem kind of contradictory to this person kind of coming through before. But you know what? This is actually making a lot of sense to me. With the Capricorn energy here, Saturn is the restrictor, right? And then you also have the Sun. These are very opposite energies. So I do get a sense that there is a duality to your person. And as I've been talking about a lot lately, whenever you're dealing with Saturn, oftentimes there is a duality to that person. And Saturn is really, a lot of times it represents, the beast, right? That 10th house, the status house. I do think there's a gruffness to your person, like I really, really do. And that gruffness really hides, like your person does have some kind of insecurities. And, because a person who grows up with these traits, like because your person feels deeply and all of this, I feel that they do have insecurities. Now, so with this fear of intimate union, it's like your person is very comfortable in the business sphere and they're very comfortable with their emotions and uplifting people in that sort of an area. But your person is used to being a leader and relationships require a joining of two equals. And that's something that I feel in your relationship. And that's what I'm getting over here heavy with the sexual energy between the two of you, is that's something that you're really going to bring out of your person, this fear of intimate union. Because like I was getting ready to say before I got all sidetracked and weird, is that a relationship, right? Like an intimate relationship is a relationship of equals. And I feel like part of the reason why your person is such a good leader is because they've been around people who weren't great leaders. I'm almost getting the sense that like maybe your person's dad wasn't at home. I'm feeling heavy mother energy here. Even though what's interesting is the Sun and Saturn both represent like fatherly cards. I almost feel like your person had to like step up and be their own father in a lot of ways. Like even if their dad was around, like your person became this strong leader, almost fatherly figure for the world, like out in the world, because that was missing in their life. But they see an equal in you. Like you're showing up as the King of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. Your person sees an equality in you. They see you leading with such grace and strength and also being emotional. And so your person sees a kindredness in you. And especially in the bedroom, that is something that you guys are able to explore, and you really make your person feel safe in that way. And also there is a ton of healing that goes on, especially from you to your person in this union. Like heavy. There's definitely an exchange of just healing energy, and it feels very like good and very unencumbered. And the two of you guys have a really just easygoing, solid, like easy flowing connection that is very spiritually informed. And I almost feel like your person, you remind them, remember I was saying that I think their mother is like very spiritual, or there's something about the maternal line, or there's something very spiritual coming through for this person's mother. And I think that you remind them of that motherly presence in a sense, because your person sees you as very spiritual, maybe even a little witchy. Maybe you guys do like herbalism and you literally have like tinctures and plants and herbal remedies and things like that. I feel like you really like to dabble. You might really like to garden. You have that free spirit. I'm just noticing that this is literally the same woman in both cards, and she doesn't have any shoes on in either one. Like I think your person might like your feet and definitely your legs, but they like that. Like if you don't dress super boho, which you might, like just soft fabrics, flowy fabrics, things that are very feminine and alluring and things like that, then your person just finds you to be like, your person just feels really free around you. And I think these are swans in the background, and actually can't tell, but that's like a sign of love. But and then with the Temperance card here, right, this is major arcana, and in the traditional deck, like there's the mountain to the sun in the back with the angel. Your person finds you to be very angelic, and also somebody that they see the long haul with. Like your person wants to be with you forever. And I also feel like in the bedroom it's very like, it's very, you guys, there's like a balancing out of your poles, you know, like you've heard probably like in more esoteric explanations of sex that there's literally, there's certain areas of like the male body, right? The mouth is positively charged, and like the breasts for the woman are positively charged. I'm not like super 100% on this right now, but and there's like a balancing out. That's why you feel so much better after you have sex and you haven't for a minute, is because there's an actual like rebalancing and charging out of two people's bodies, right? And it doesn't have to just be homosexual or heterosexual relationships, but that's something that's happening heavy in this connection. Like you guys are very well matched sexually. Yeah. So, and then just jumping back up here to these shadow attributes, right? We have using power for self-aggrandizement. Your person is a business person. Like, let's just get real. Not only do we have this energy coming through up here, but we also have the Ten of Pentacles and the Emperor energy coming down here, right? And then we have playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, inability to maintain personal boundaries. And then we have the Eight of Swords. This is the playing the victim kind of a card. So your person, going back to the Prince, right, using powerful self-aggrandizement, your person is a business person. They can handle themselves in the business world. And so they do use their position and their power in order to keep building this empire. And I feel like your person does this and they feel justified in doing this because of the leadership quality that they bring, and they like to be able to really look after people and set the tone. Like your person really likes to set the tone. They're kind of a natural born leader, and it's just something that they feel like justified in doing. And yeah, this playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity and the inability to maintain personal boundaries. I mean, again, with the inability to maintain personal boundaries, I'm just getting that like your person is a person that even in the workplace, when somebody has those displays of emotion or when people have human moments, that is something that your person's cool with. You know, they don't keep strict like boundaries. Your person could be a workaholic, so they might bring their work home with them, you know, that kind of an energy. And I think that they try to be there for like their people, their coworkers and the people that work for them, you know, in a way that most people aren't. But they're still very much like the leader, you know? And then this playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of self-pity, that strikes me as like the very opposite of using power for self-aggrandizement. And I think that your person is almost like he's very, very shrewd business person. So it's like they'll use either one of those energies as needed in order to keep building whatever it is. Your person reads people very well, and they use that to protect people that like work for them, you know, people that they would consider, I guess, like weaker, you know, or some people who rely on them. But if your person is negotiating and striking up a contract or striking up a deal or something, then your person is going to use these same skill sets to basically get whatever it is that they want, right? And your person very much trusts their own inner constitution, and your person is a big picture kind of a person. The ends justify the means kind of a thing. Yeah. But your person is very solid. Like they're showing up as the emperor. So this is a person who's large and in charge. They're very developed in all areas of their life. It wouldn't surprise me at all if your person is well traveled. Again, if those traveling trips have to do with a type of spirituality, if your person is, you know, well cultured, they like really good food, they're probably going to take you to a really good restaurant. This person owns their own house. They have like some kind of property. It wouldn't surprise me if they had some kind of a portfolio. But this is also a person who sees the real deal with you. And your person might have been married before and have children from a former marriage or something like that. You know, And if so, I'm almost getting the sense that like maybe I'm getting like some kind of a religious background for this person. The person that if I'm just, this is very specific, I know, but if your person was married to someone in the past, it was someone from their religious culture, and they thought they were supposed to marry them. Like they thought that they were doing the right thing. They might have wanted to please this mother figure. It was less about love and more about like tradition. And I'm not saying that your person didn't love your person because, or didn't love that person and like has no feelings. That's not what I'm saying. But it might have even for some of you been like an arranged marriage, or there could have been some kind of like, I don't know, family tie to this person. There's a heavy energy of tradition, but that, you know, that's over. And I feel like that person probably still, they have like fond feelings for each other. And they work together to like raise their kids, if that's resonating. I guess this is the future, so we'll see. Keep me posted. Yeah, and in some ways, you know, your person feels a little bit trapped by, I almost feel like by their family, by their culture, by their traditions, but this is something that they're working to kind of change in whatever little ways that they can. I also feel like your person doesn't, there might be some heavy energy of tradition here where your person doesn't feel like they can express themselves almost sexually in the way that they want to, or something like this. Or there's something about sexuality, sensuality, but like I'm saying, you bring this out of your person. There's a lot of healing that's happening between the two of you. But it's like your person hasn't been able to express that part of themselves. And it could be because they're so focused on their work, or they've been so focused on their work. Maybe they're building their business or something. And they just feel like they have to be so curated all the time in order to be successful that it's really hard for them to let loose. But they really do let loose with you because you are so genuine. Like, you're genuine, and I feel like you're also protective of this person in an emotional sense. Like, you actually, a lot of people see this person as the leader, right? They're always caretaking other people. They're always caretaking their business. They're the one that's always like looking after everything and everyone else, but you're the one who looks after your person, you know? And their emotional state. You're the one telling them to put the laptop down at the end of the night, and, you know, you're planning your next trip, and you're being really flirty, and, you know, making them feel like a kid again. And also, like, your person finds you very creative, and you expressing yourself and your own creativity and your own creative passions, like, your person loves that, and it brings out like their own inner child within them. But your person also feels quite protective over you because your person can tell that you've been through some things in the past with the Four of Pentacles. You might have even struggled with money, and that's something that your person wants to like help take care of you with. And but you're also like kind of protective of yourself and very reserved, but it's only because like you're so great. At the same time though, there's an energy to you where like, I'm doing a bad job of explaining this. There's an energy to you where you're a little bit withholding, but there is still something so creative and loving about you, and you wear it like a leader, like this King of Cups. This is what I'm trying to kind of describe. And like, you know that there's some danger in doing that, but like, you're so brave that you do it anyways. And I do feel, again, this nature of spirituality that comes through in you, but it's grounded and it feels really good, and people really like to listen to you. And I feel like you're very creative. Like, life is spiritual for you, and you don't necessarily need to go somewhere to be spiritual. And that's something that your person hasn't really been able to incorporate in their own life. Like, your person likes to go on vacation in order to connect with their spiritual self. They need to like get away from the hustle and bustle of everything. Whereas they see that the way that you live your life is spiritual, and it's inspiring to this person. The way that you live your life is creative, and that you manage to be strong and also emotional at the same time. But that hasn't come without some scars for you, and that there are parts of yourself that are definitely off limits to other people. I mean, I said the thing about money, but also some of you could have like some kind of savings. Like, you could be very frugal, and your person really likes that about you. Your person also likes that you don't full on trust people. Like, you're loving, but you don't like full on trust people. Your person like likes that, and I think it makes them trust you a little bit more. So Also, I feel like your person really likes your hair and your feet. Your feet are coming through so strong here. Like, what do you do? Like, do you get manicures and stuff? Do you, like, what do you do? And your person really likes to see you in a dress, if that applies. You know, and if you're a dude, maybe, like, just try wearing a dress. I don't know. Might get your person going. Anyways, that's what I have for you guys. Pile number 1. That was really nice. So if that resonated with you, please do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I would love to see you guys back around here again. All right, bye pile number 1. All right, pile number 2. Let's see who your next romantic partner is. Okay, pile number 2. So, with the energy of Jupiter, the moon, and Sagittarius, I'm really getting, there could be some Parnavasu going on here. The birthplace of Jupiter is in Gemini, that very last nakshatra, as it, which is just kind of right before this Cancerian energy here. And that is a very smart energy. Like, your person could know multiple languages. They could have lived in another country. This person could, they could cycle through where they live. So, you know, where it's like they're in the same places, but there's kind of a cyclical nature to where they're going. Maybe your person has like a vacation house or something, and they spend part of their time, you know, there in the vacation house. And one of the houses, one of the places that they go is a time for them to work and or study and be very expansive. And then the other house is somewhere where they go to be more private. Maybe their mother lives nearby, with the moon card here. And it's somewhere where they go to be like more private and more reflective and to like heal and rest and those kinds of things. So there could even be just a dual nature to your person. And I kind of get that, where it's like your person, oh my gosh, I'm getting the image of a mullet, and I do not think your person has a mullet. Let me just clarify that. But like, business in the front, party in the back. So your person actually might have longer hair. Like, I almost get that they have longer hair, whatever that means, like for their gender, you know. So if it's a lady, then they might have like really long hair, and if it's a dude, then, you know, they'll have like longer hair for a guy. Definitely getting that kind of a vibe. Your person it wouldn't surprise me at all if they have like you know, a lot of education with all this Sagittarius energy, right? Sagittarius rules the 9th house of higher education, also of travel, of being cultured. Jupiterian energy is like the cultured, very respectable person. And this very well could be, actually for either gender, this could be the person that you marry, honestly. Because Jupiter in a woman's chart represents the husband and spouse, because I'm pretty sure that most astrologers read Jupiter in as wife for LGBTQ. And then the moon the moon is the most important planet in relationship astrology. And so I'm seeing that you guys could have some really strong moon connections. Also, like, maybe there's, you know, moon in the 9th house. Moon, both of your inner needs are very, very met. And one or both of you could work with your hands. Physical touch is a big thing for your person and or for you. Like, that's going to be something that's very important to the both of you. But I'm saying that you guys, like, you feel very comfortable at home with one another. You guys share a space really well. At least one of these spaces. Wink. Yeah, let me just see really quick what else I'm getting up there before I move on. Okay, so I also feel like, just I'll say this, I think your person really likes the nighttime. So down here I have these 4 cards. I have 2 I pulled for the light attributes and 2 I pulled for the shadow attributes. So for the light attributes we have Child Divine and Artist. And Child Divine says innocence, purity, and redemption, suggests a special connection with the divine. Which, are you really surprised with all this 9th house Jupiterian energy coming through? Your person can be very spiritual and have a strong spiritual practice, actually, now that I'm looking at this again with the moon card. Oh my gosh, and we have amethyst up here. And amethyst, this is a very spiritual stone, and it's associated with like psychic gifts and things like that. Your person could have some kind of psychic power. There's definitely something that's coming through about communication. Your person could be like clairsentient and not even know it, where they just have these thoughts that kind of come into their head that are highly intuitive, but your person might not think of it that way. They might think of it as, very fast logic, or, just that they're assessing a situation really strongly. But your person is highly spiritual, but there is like a certain level of practicality to that. Your person, for a lot of you, they might have like a connection with nature. Like this person might like hiking, backpacking, getting away, like getting away, camping, things like that. And it's like practical things like that help them to connect with like their inner child and also the divine. Your person's very childlike. When they get into their childlike space, it's like they're very close to God in that space. Sagittarians are very fun. They're very lighthearted. Yeah. And they can be very innocent in the sense that like they just kind of say like whatever. They're cool saying whatever. You know what I mean? Like they're honest kind of in that way. That's like kind of a fire sign attribute, but definitely like played up in Sagittarius. So we also have Artist, light attributes, expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the 5 senses. Yeah, you guys, this person's very spiritual. Inspiring others to see life symbolically. Your person's wicked smart, like wicked smart. And like I said, there's something coming through with language, but I'm getting like, your person has a connection to the divine and to the divine. And they also might really understand archetypes, especially with the moon card here, representing that subconscious, like the more primal brain. Your person might, they might be really into like Egyptian hieroglyphs or Sanskrit or Hebrew, any of the languages, Asian languages that are more pictorial and older and have like a more like holistic kind of nature to them. Your person might be really into that. They might like literally read and write some of these other languages, or if not, it's like a very strong hobby that they have. There's some, yeah, and also, I mean, your person's just like an artist, like maybe even a visionary artist, where literally their art is very childlike, and they might kind of go into a bit of a trance state, but it's like it's very deeply spiritual and symbolic, like at the end. And just, I feel like listening to this person talk, especially like at night, like if you can get this person at night, have a little sip or something, this person really opens people's minds. So there's shadow attribute. We have mediator and Samaritan. So mediator says negotiating with an ulterior motive or hidden agenda, either personally or professionally. And Samaritan says exacting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer. So one of the shadow sides of Jupiter is that they're very much like Jupiter ruled people can be very much about status. Like your person might have some kind of status. I'm kind of getting that with the 2 houses kinds of things. And also here with the purple, like purple is a very royal color. Your person could have like status, a lot of money. It could come down from like their mother's side or something. And again, like they could have multiple houses like around the world or something, but they like to associate with a higher class. And so your person kind of knows how to schmooze and rub of the elbows, so to speak. And they also know how to like leverage their accomplishments, their achievements, their assets in order to kind of get what they want. I'm also getting that secretive energy here with the moon, where it's that ulterior motive kind of a thing, where they're keeping part of themselves hidden. But your person is wicked smart. Like that's something, I don't necessarily get a dubious vibe here, but But just know that your person is very smart. They're very aware of what things to share and what things not to share. And with the Sagittarius energy, Sagittarius is one of the dual signs, right? Like its opposite sign is Gemini. And there's a duality to Sagittarians because it's the beast becoming man. So the duality is in like there's a beastly nature and there's the more refined nature that emerges from the beast, right? And that's kind of what I'm seeing in your person. It's like your person has a side that is more primal, that is more animalistic. Same thing with the moon. The moon's oftentimes very primal, very instinctual. Your person is very instinctual. Like that instinctual, intuitive line is like the same, you know? And so your person is very in tune with that. And it's like they know how to put on the human side, the human front, the human face to get their primal, their more like baser needs met, you know? But at the same time, just like, you know, with the horse, there's like a nobility there. There's like a strength and a nobility. And your person is going places. Your person has a lot of goals and a lot of like power. Also, this person, another piece with Jupiter here, like when Jupiterian people speak, people listen to them because they have such a force behind what it is they're saying. And shadow side is that, and thank goodness that Jupiter people are usually very, very smart, right? But none of us know everything. The thing about a Jupiterian person, though, when they're speaking to crowds, they really rally crowds, by the way. A person, oh my gosh, they could like know neuro-linguistic programming, which is just like, I'm bad at explaining this. It's a way of speaking that kind of helps people go in and out of hypnosis, and it can kind of, you can make suggestions or whatever, but your person might be really good with talking to crowds. And like I was saying before, the Jupiterian thing, thank goodness that they're smart, because Jupiterian people could get away with saying something that's not true because people just believe them because there's such force behind like whatever it is that they're saying. And like they're so impressive most of the time. They're also your person is very giving. Like they might give to a lot of charities. I'm getting that your person has some kind of status. Their mother, I feel like, is very statusy too, like very regal, very refined, like has manners, you know, and has like very much imparted that onto this person. Yeah, your person, like, your person's a skilled negotiator. They're really good with contracts. They might even deal with contracts, like, in some kind of a way. Maybe they work for a charity or something. Yeah, they could work with some kind of a social cause, maybe like a 5013C or something, like a nonprofit, but like, I don't know, still statusy at the same time. Like this, whatever, I feel like this person's job crosses borders. They might work for like an international company, or like, you know, here in the United States, right? Like there's state borders that you can cross. So maybe it's like a nationwide company or something. But your person is definitely out for some kind of recognition. Definitely. They might even want to go into politics or something someday. Yeah. So maybe I feel like your person also really wants to be a parent. Maybe they even have a child. If they do have a child, I feel like this kid might be like in private school or something, or like be very artistic, something like that. So your person, okay, down here, like, okay, we have the King of Swords. Like, that's what I'm saying. I feel like your person's very educated. This is also that negotiator energy that's coming through again, of like a very fair, very smart, very capable negotiator. And your person sees things that like a lot of people don't. They're a few steps ahead of a lot of people. And so they're able to bring a lot of their goals into fruition. There's a lot of tenacity with your person here. They might not be a person of very many words, especially with the moon card here. Like I was saying, there is something with language, but it's like your person's very choosy with their words. They're very calculated with what they're saying. So they could have some kind of Mercury in their chart. Gemini or Virgo. Your person's a talented person, suave. Okay? Like, kind of feel bad for you because they're gonna like be able to talk you into doing the dishes like every night. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Your person has some kind of status. I feel like they have some kind of an office or something, like where people come to see them. That your person might be some kind of a consultant, something like that. Yeah. Strong, solid communicator. Again, with this family thing coming through really strong with the Four of Wands. Like, I do feel like this could be like some kind of family legacy, family business, or like their family together has some kind of a portfolio, and like that's what that's what they do. I do feel like this is like a family of status that puts on events, that rubs elbows with people, that makes something, that makes things happen. Yeah, I feel like your person, like, I'm just seeing like a huge house here, and then with the fire, like it's like this mixture of like home life and business life and goals and stuff. Like, it's all one thing to this family, and your person is like a very central part of it. Your person has had like a lot kind of put on them from a small age. Your person, I feel like, they have like the best of the best education. They've always known that like this was kind of the role that they were supposed to be up in. I'm also getting that there might be some kind of a farm or something, like one of their family's properties or something that's like a farm that they really, really like. Like, it's their heart and soul and they really like to be there because they have a lot of good memories there. Yeah, and I'm just getting this huge goal-oriented energy with the Three of Wands here. I think your person travels a lot. Might even like cars or something. But they have so many goals, and it's just a matter of like figuring out how to get them all accomplished. So your person's like a huge strategist. They also they're patient. This is a very skillful person in the way that they're interacting with other people, especially insofar as like their goals are concerned, and their self and their status and how they're going about building their life. I know I'm describing a manipulative energy here, but Jupiter is a benefic planet. And we have Jupiter and Sagittarius. I mean, the moon can kind of go either way, but in my mind. But I am getting an overall benevolent energy for this person. But you do have to watch them, because if they want something from you, I feel like this person can slick talk their way back to the bank, honey. But I think that's one of the things that they like about you, because we have the first card about what they like about you is the Seven of Wands. Like, you can give it right back. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you do not back down. Your person likes that you have a backbone. Maybe they're not used to people doing that, but like, and also there's something that makes you stand out that like I feel like inspires envy from other people, and I think it's your sexiness, because right next to it we have the Queen of Wands. So I just feel like overall you're a person with a lot of magnetism. You draw people's attention wherever you go. You have a lot of confidence. You have a lot of goals that yourself. You've already accomplished several of your goals, and you might actually be in a field that is highly competitive, or you want to move into a direction that is highly competitive and you're ready for it. Like, you have such confidence in your own skills and abilities, and you are very true to yourself. Like, even if everybody else is doing something one way, you're going to do it the way that you know you need to do it. Like, because of your own like talents and your own gifts. And yeah, like, you guys kind of mirror each other in that sense, because you're forced to be reckoned with too. You're good with your words too. And you're more self-made than this person. And I think this person admires that about you. Like, where this person, I feel like, has had a lot of like, I'm just getting such a vibe. I would be surprised if this person did not come from like some kind of money or something. Because one of the things that your person, I think, really respects about you is that you have like, with the Ten of Wands here, you've overcome a lot to get to where you are, and you're continuing to do it. Like, that's the thing, you both vibe on the fact that you are very ambitious people and you have a lot of goals that you're going to achieve. You're vivacious, and you actually want to be that thing. Like, there's not really, your person is a little more deceptive than you are. Like, you're very straightforward, you're very upfront, and your person, I think, really appreciates that about you. Where like, if you have a problem, you're not going to be like, no, it's completely fine. You'll be like, yeah, I have this problem. You know, you haven't taken out the trash the last 3 times. I've been the one doing it, or like, I don't know, whatever. It's not going to be that mundane because you can handle the little stuff. You also don't complain about little things because of everything that you've been through. Your person also admires that about you. And like this deceptive energy that's coming in with your person, I think is more strategy, especially at the negotiating table, where it's like they know what things to withhold and what things, they know how to present an image to people that like they really resonate with. Your person knows like how to put on the face, and so do you. But like, you're just more upfront. You are kind of no nonsense. I feel like you're less willing to like, you're just so yourself. This is entirely Wands energy here. Like you're so yourself. You're not going to lie to people. You're not deceptive. You're going to meet a problem head on. And your person really likes that about you. You go after what you want. And there's also something about your vision too, where it's like you see things creatively. You see things in a way, because your person's like an artist and very creative, and so are you. Like you have a lot of creative energy. You might have even gotten some recognition, or like your person feels like you're looked on in a high light for something that you do, some kind of a craft that you do. And that it puts you in front of people, or that you have talent, like you have talent in an area where your person feels like you need to be in front of people if you're not already. But that could be like where you guys even meet. Like, I don't know, maybe you perform at like one of this person's parties or something, but like there's that energy of like recognizing that you have this like vivaciousness to you, this talent, this it quality. Like you have an it quality to you. And it's also, but like you're a cool person who's like worked for it, you know, you're not like a brat about it or anything. And I think your person's also impressed by like your multitasking and how many things you can get done in a short period of time. You might move really fast, really efficiently, but yet you always have, there's something very playful about you too. So your sexual connection, we have this Strength card, which is Major Arcana and super sexy. And then we have the Knave of Swords. So first of all, I think your person kind of likes dirty talk in the bedroom. And then, but also with the Strength card, I'm just going to say it, like I think your person might like edging. But you guys have a very passionate, honestly, connection in the bedroom with the Strength card here. There's something about hands. There's something about hands up here. I think you're really, one or both of you, like you're really good with your hands. And your person really likes your booty and your lower half. Also your hair and your lips. Your person just finds you very attractive with the Strength card here, right? This is Leo. There's a lot of fire energy here. You guys might like to do it in weird places. And then with the Knave of Swords, you might be into studying like different, you know, like the Kama Sutra or something, and then trying things like that out. I think your person, they're just so turned on by like how strong you are and the fact that you go after what it is that you want. And this is like the same kind of energy in the bedroom. Sometimes I get stumped on words in readings where I'm like, yeah, it's a Strength card. Like, that's great. It's a great sexual connection. You're welcome. Like, didn't I explain it enough? Also, there's something about like cuddling afterwards. And I feel like there could be like an athletic aspect to your Sagittarians in bed, like the Sagittarius placement, like with Mars or something. They might like to put your body in certain poses. Maybe both of you are yogis. I feel like you're both very physically active, and the sex is going to be physically active, like kind of athletic, where your person likes to see like what the human body is capable of doing. They like to see you kind of hold a pose. They want to see how long you can last in a certain thing. They might like to hold you up against a wall and like show you how strong they are. Yeah, there's definitely, they also might have like some kind of a sex swing, or like using a sex swing. And also mirrors, something about mirrors. Like, I feel like this person just really likes the physical aspects of sex, like the physical body, the physical form. And they want to like put you in a pose in front of like a mirror and then like have you hold that pose, you know, for a while and just see what up with that. You know what I mean? Also, I do think that this person, like if you're a feminine, I think this person likes it when you wear like dresses or skirts and they just like to, you know, like lift it up and have a quickie. Your person's definitely down for quickies. Little quickie here, little quickie there. Also, that kind of makes sense because I think your person's very busy. Like you're both very busy just achieving your goals. And so that just might need to be a thing that you guys do, I guess. Yeah. Also, I think they might like texting and stuff like before, just like dirty talk, kind of, you know, before. So that's what I have for you guys, pile number 2. I hope that resonated. And if it did, please do like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you around these parts again. Bye, guys. All right, pile number 3. Let's see who your next romantic partner will be. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to be weird. All right, pile number 3, right away, I'm kind of getting the energy of Chitra Nakshatra, which is the very first nakshatra in Libra and the last nakshatra in Virgo because it's Mars ruled. So first of all, I think that there's an amazing balance to your person because Mars is the natural ruler of Aries. Aries is the opposite sign of Libra, right? So there's just a natural balance with your person. They might have very striking eyes. They could have like bright blue eyes with like reddish hair or like a ruddy blonde kind of a vibe. And I feel like they have very like very symmetrical features on their face. Your person has like, with this Libra energy here, I feel like I really like Libra as an energy. How am I trying to describe this? I feel like they're very like refined. Like they might like art. Your person's probably very smart. But this is like, they might also like philosophy and science. Like your person's educated. They value education and they like to learn from people. Maybe your person's even like studying law or something. There's definitely something about your person's hair going on here and about the color red. Like they might have a ruddy kind of complexion to their skin. A lot of times people with heavy Martian energy do. And they can have like lighter, based on their genetic background, like they can have lighter skin, lighter hair, and eyes compared to that as well. I do feel like this person, it wouldn't surprise me at all if this person's like into yoga or some kind of physical activity. I'm kind of getting a long, lean kind of a vibe. And I do think that your person has a really nice and like well-defined back. I think this person's very physically active. The thing that I'm also getting with your person is a spiritual side. All of the nakshatras in Libra have sort of a spiritual bend to them, and Chitra in particular is kind of known for having these like flashes of insight that can just kind of hit them every now and again. And so I do feel like, especially with the Libra, that air sign energy here, I just feel like they really like to chew on that and like have very deep thoughts about those things. Like your person's very intellectual. They have these deep flashes of insight and they like to really think about those things. They might even like to talk about it, but when they talk about it, they might even be restraining themselves a little bit because they want to come off a little bit more diplomatic and almost like a professor, where it's like they have a point that they want to make and your person's like going to fight about their point. Like they're going to defend it, but they're going to do it in like such a diplomatic way, but like they believe in it so much, like so much. If your person is a woman or a girl or likes to wear makeup, I feel like your person has a very like elegant and very good like way of doing their makeup. They also could have tattoos, like if they're like a man, or I'm just seeing like a sleeve, you know, like a really nice elegant sleeve, but like all the tattoos are going to have some kind of like meaning. Your person definitely could have tattoos, maybe even tattoos like on their back. or like on their collarbone or something like that. Your person has a very artistic sense of self. That's very tied to their physical body. And there is definitely like a very active energy to your person, but also spiritual, which is why I was bringing in the yoga, you know, or they could do something like Tai Chi or, you know, something that's active and spiritual. And I feel like also being in your person's physical body is and spiritual. And also, weirdly enough, when they exercise and when they're in their physical body, it helps their speech. Like it helps their thought processes and it helps their speech. Like when this person's physically active, it just kind of calms them all around. I feel like this person's working towards some kind of leadership goal. But I do think that they are looked upon highly, like in social circles. I think there is a leadership quality to your person. Like your person is just kind of a natural leader. People really tend to look up to them. But there's something about education here too. So I don't know if they have a lot of education and maybe your person is like a professor or a teacher, something like that. They could be, this person could be a teacher. They can work with children with the Leo card here. Leo ruling that 5th house of children and creativity. Your person could be an artist. But there is leadership energy here. It's not quite like CEO energy, but it is like some kind of like imparting knowledge to people, and like people, like socially, people really look up to this person. Also, they're just like very, very attractive, like really attractive. And there's something, like I said before, like there's something about their eyes. Oftentimes there is with Chitra, but I'm also even just seeing it in the Leo card here. Like that lion's eyes are just like, that means business. You know what I'm saying? And I do think that like your person pays a lot of attention to their appearance. Like they like their clothes to be like pressed, and they do their hair really nice. Like your person really knows how to do their hair. They could use their hands. Their hands, like they really have like refined skills with their hands. So they're like either some kind of artist. I'm seeing them do like little braids or something, but their hands are very dexterous. I feel like they probably have really good handwriting. Random, I know. With Mars, like the physical activity that your person likes to do often has a rhythmic kind of quality, very flow. Like your person's very elegant in their physical body. So I'm getting a heavy spiritual pile or vibe from this pile just anyways. But with the light attributes, because these two cards are light and these two are shadow, we have monk, nun, and guide, right? So this is a very spiritually minded person. Like they have high ideals, high morals. This person's very moral with the Leo card coming in here. And of course that's going to be, with the Leo card, they're very self-governing. And that's going to depend on like kind of how this person was brought up, like what their values are. But I'm getting that this person's very open-minded and very regal and very noble at the same time. Like this person sets an example for people. So monk, nun, selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. Yeah, your person loves them some spirit. Guide represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. I mean, this person's divine. Like it can't be any clearer than that, can it? And they're lovely. Like they're just lovely. And they are very interested in the esoteric arts. They're very interested in like yoga. And I'm just looking up at my little owl here, like with the chakra necklace on, like the chakra systems, you know. Your person strives to live a balanced life. I definitely feel like there's like they focus on like food and, you know, I mean, you know that profile of a person that is like trying to live their best life, and they're doing it through like all the areas that they can do it, you know. And your person is also like a social justice warrior. This is somebody who fights for equality. They fight for fairness. They probably have a lot of, like, if they were going to donate to someone, they would probably donate to like the ACLU. There's definitely a tie to like the justice system and fairness and like fighting for causes with the Mars card here. And they might even have some kind of leadership. This person can be very politically involved. You guys might even meet through something like that. You guys, there's so many, like your person's involved. Like your person's just like very involved person in like the community and whatnot. So with the shadow attributes, we have hero and /heroine and vampire. So for hero, heroine, it is escapism and a false sense of heroism. Your person does have like a need to be a hero, like with this Leo card and the Mars card here. And then vampire is depleting others for your psychic survival, chronic complaining, and codependency. It's like, I just get this sense of your person really trying to, like, they get their identity from a lot of their social pursuits, you know, and they want to be the one to fight for people. And I can't remember who was saying this. I think it was Eckhart Tolle, where he was talking about helpers, you know, and like that it's wonderful to help, but you like we have to be careful not to get like our identities wrapped up in that, because if your identity is dependent upon you providing help to people who are less fortunate than you, then you subconsciously like need people to be less fortunate than you so that you can keep that egoic sense of self going, that identity of like, I'm always the teacher, I'm always the helper, I'm always the giver. And it's like, yay, you know, we're all taught that those are good things to be, but ultimately that's, you know, when that becomes your identity, it's still a false self like anything else, you know? So that just might be your person, like your person wants to be a good person so badly that they just might get a little wrapped up in that. They might have their identity wrapped up in the things that they do, right? That doingness versus beingness. Because your person is definitely a doer. Like they're always going. And for all their spirituality, all their spiritual self, all the books that they read, your person has like read a lot of books, a lot of spiritual books. You guys are probably going to even vibe on that. Something that you're going to love and appreciate about this person. But it's like it's still not doing it. Like you can have all the knowledge in the world and you can like spout off these philosophies, but like I just feel like your person could really benefit from like just chilling, just like stepping back and like meditating even, you know, where it's like it's not enough, like let's not just read about it, let's not just quote about these things, like let's actually put this to work in cultivating that feminine like beingness. I'm not trying to like judge your person because this is a really great energy, you know, just seeing what I'm seeing, you know. But yeah, with that escapism and a false sense of heroism, it's like your person just really wants to save the planet and save people. And I think it really is, I think it drains their energy with this vampire card here. Like, I feel like it's really draining them, and that they would be more potent if it's like they did a lot of, I know it sounds so cliche, but just like self-care, you know? Or it was like, instead of, you know, going out every single weekend and socially crusading, you know, this person, if they just, you know, kind of took a bath, you know? Anyways, so your person, I see, likes to be very involved in the community with the Three of Pentacles here. And again, I'm getting this leadership energy. Your person's a leader. They definitely are a leader. And they like to, there's like this energy of organizing that's coming through with your person. And it's all very grounded in spirituality and trying to build a place on earth. Like, honestly, this is really great energy. This is like, if everybody were like this, we would like not have wars and everything would be great, and we would already be to like Mars by now. Oh, Mars. We have the King of Wands energy here. We also have Leo, right, which is the king, and it's fire, so it's kind of similar energy to me. This is what I was saying, is like your person is highly regarded in social circles with the King of Wands here. Also, maybe your person is an entrepreneur. Maybe they've started a business. Their business could be helping people. I feel like your person does a ton of volunteer work. With the salamander here, because the salamander like soaks up the sun. Your person is very empathetic, but they're empathetic in a way that they like respond right away. You know, it's not like they just feel it and it's like they really sit with you and empathize on an emotional level. Like your person listens to how people live their lives and responds. Like they turn that into some kind of action. Your person is all about plans. Your person, you know, like on Parks and Rec, how Leslie, like she always has those binders. You know, her whole office is just like filled with these binders of exactly how she's going to do everything. Like your person's kind of like that. You know, where it's like, oh yeah, we're going to do this. And then you guys just talk about it that night. But then the next morning, like they have an entire detailed, color-coded, highlighted binder filled with those things. And I really do, there's something about your person's mind that is divinely guided and divinely inspired. Like your person is a person that the divine very much works through to do good works in the world. They have a lot of very divinely inspired ideas. And this person spends a lot of time thinking about other people and how they can help other people. Your person also very good at spotting nonsense, too, by the way. Like your person can pick out a nasty person, you know? not a lot gets by them. Your person does have a lot of long-term goals, long-term dreams. If your person is an entrepreneur, they have a vision for the world that it's like they're working towards every single day, and they're like waiting for that to happen. I also feel like your person likes to, like, they want to grow their own food, or like they like to grow their own food. Your person might be a vegetarian or a vegan, because I'm just getting a lot of like plant-based stuff here. Like, yeah. Person might eat a lot of salad. Your person might conduct a lot of business over like dinners, like lunches and dinners and things like that. Heavily involved in the community. This is like a community organizer. So what do they like about you? We have the 8 of Pentacles, the Tower, and the 9 of Swords. So first of all, you work just as damn hard. I feel like you work a little bit further away from the crowd. And you like to be a little bit more isolated. You tend not to trust people as much. Something with the 9 of Swords, right? Like you have kind of anxiety, and you've been through a lot. I feel like you're working towards some kind of a goal, and maybe it puts some stress on you, but your person like really likes that you are goal oriented. And also you guys have this in common, where it's like you're working for a brighter day. You're working for a new future. You want to help transmute the negative energies of the world, and both of you are 110% dedicated to this. You might have Virgo in your chart, because like there's heavy earth energy. I mean, like again, that Chitra energy kind of coming through, but definitely just earth angel kind of an energy. You could be a healer, like a doctor, or you're working towards being a doctor or a nurse, or something to do with like the healing arts, where you want to help take away people's anxiety. Yeah, you could be like an herbalist or into herbalism. There's that, like somebody's into plants in this pile, I think. I feel like there's a quietness to you, but a power. Like you are more behind the scenes and your person's more in front of the scenes. I'm kind of getting that energy. We also have the energy of Scorpio coming through with the Tower. So I do think there's a lot of sexual attraction. Like your person's very sexually attracted to you. And also there's something about this relationship that's unconventional, or something about you that's unconventional. You're certainly not afraid to break convention in some way. This could be an LGBTQ relationship, and maybe your person is so like, because your person's in the spotlight so much, they do kind of worry about how people are going to perceive them. And so if this is LGBTQ, they really like that like you're sexual and you break convention and you don't care. Like also this is like that fairy tale tower that's like crumbled in the back, but she's like smirking. She's like, yeah, see, like you don't have to have the prince and the princess kind of a thing. And it doesn't have to be an LGBTQ relationship. I'm just using that as an example of like there's some way that you break tradition. You guys have this like wanting to destroy systems, kind of like systems that aren't working, that are old and antiquated. You have that in common. And also it's like you are potent energy. Like you might know how to navigate back channels or something. Like you have a mind for systems. Your person does as well, but it's like in different ways. You also notice the small details. You might even be a little witchy. Like I'm just getting a straight out kind of like witchy vibe for this pile, but like it's not like you wear it on your sleeve though. You know, it's not like you're hiding it either. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like if people were to go to your house and pay attention, you know, you probably have like your crystals out and you know, things like that. But you're also not like, you don't wear your like I'm a witch shirt every day. Yeah, you're kind of formidable, but you fight for the little guy, you know? And I feel like you've gone through a lot to get to where you are, and your person really loves and admires that about you. Yeah, you work really hard. So the sexual energies between the two of you guys, we have the World, which is major arcana, and the 10 of Swords. Interesting. So with the World card here, first of all, this is like the very end of the major arcana journey. So this is like everything. Also, I mean, your person just finds you incredibly beautiful, and they almost like there's this worshipful energy. Your person, I think, likes to please in bed. Like they're definitely a giver. And like I was saying, like yeah, like, I don't know, like, it's this leader kind of energy of, like, they want to, like, show off. They want you to tell them, like, how good they are at doing certain things. Like, they really like that about you, and that you really trust them. There's, like, a heavy sense of trust between the two of you, and this person likes to almost, like, curate experiences for you. Like, this is the person who is going to, like, run you a bath whenever you get home. They're gonna, you know, make sure that your bed is, like, super soft, and you have, like, all the high thread count sheets. And, you know, I also feel like there's something about, like, your hair. Your person really likes the way that your hair smells, and, like, the shampoo that you use and stuff. There's a heavy, like, bath energy. I think you guys like to do it in the bath. But yeah, and this person, like, I don't know, they might really like dressing up. Like, it could be role play, like you guys dressing up in outfits and things like that, but and also porn. Like your person might like to watch porn with you. But, like, also your person, like, really likes lingerie, and they like it when you wear, like, nice necklaces and, like, get your nails done and things like that. With the Ten of Swords, this is interesting. Maybe one or both of you guys have been, like, hurt in the past, because there's also an element of pain. Like, and I'm also getting that the Libra and the Mars, like, there could be, like, a pleasure pain element to this. And I'm just kind of getting that maybe one or both of you, like, if this is an LGBTQ couple, there's, like, one of you that's more comfortable with being like, in an open relationship like this, and one of you that isn't. And it's like that plays out in the bedroom to some extent. I also feel like there's a huge energy of, like, toys and pain, honestly. Pain in the form of, like, temperature. So, like, maybe hot wax, or even, like, really, really cold, like, something that's so cold it's painful. Like, I don't know, like an ice cube or something. Also, like, restriction, binding, like, with this corset here. Just seeing, like, tools with like, the sword and the scissors and the mirror and all of that. Like, your person likes to use toys to kind of curate an experience. This could be like a BDSM situation, but I don't necessarily like it's super loving, you know? And this is also somebody who's going to offer, like, really good aftercare. So, like, if you guys do go through, like, you know, if your person takes you through a sensory experience, they're going to take, like, really good care of you afterward. Somebody is sad. I just feel like one of you guys, like, was in a bad relationship before. Like, I know this is very specific, but I'm getting that, like, I'm getting this scenario of, like, LGBTQ relationship, and one of you guys was in, like, a heterosexual relationship before, and it, like, really didn't work out. And this is like healing. Like, this relationship is so healing for you, because it's like the person that you were with before, like, whatever gender they were, like, they didn't really fulfill, they, like, misused something about their gender. And then, like, this other person that's the same sex as you is actually showing you what a healthy embodiment of that energy was, like, always supposed to be. And I know it's very specific, and that's not going to resonate with everybody. That was just a special message for some people. But yeah, like, this person just thinks the world of you, literally. And I do feel like this person likes to get you little, like, chocolates or flowers or things just to make you feel really pretty and really special, because like, you work really hard and there's a lot of anxiety in your life. And so it's like you guys both like to use sex and use your connection to kind of escape from, you know, how, like, I feel like hard the world can be, you know? It's actually really, really sweet, like, really lovely energy. There's also, like, legs, boobs and legs, like, in this pile is really standing out as something that your person really likes, and also hair. So, let me see. There's, like, some major healing that's going on in this relationship. So that's what I have for you guys, pile number 3. I hope that resonated. And